Down in Clearwater, Florida, the humidity forces most people indoors. But inside those air-conditioned buildings, a quiet shift in business technology is currently taking shape. Step into a typical local business, and you will immediately encounter a wall of operational friction. Client histories are buried in stacks of physical paper, schedules are pinned to corkboards, and inventory is tracked on static clipboards. The people running these operations work exhausting hours. Their bottleneck isn't a lack of effort or dedication. The issue is that their digital infrastructure is disconnected across every function, forcing them to manually bridge the gaps between every single task. They are fighting a modern war of efficiency armed with analog tools, trying to force manual processes to move at the speed of the digital economy. But if you step away from the physical paperwork and into the climate-controlled quiet of the NeuClix War Room, you find a stark shift in the approach to the problem. Sitting on a desk is a rugged, palm-sized black box. It operates offline, humming quietly. This is the NeuClix Edge Reactor. Integrating business software usually means renting space on a massive, distant server, a setup shared with thousands of other companies, prone to latency and dependent on a constant internet connection. So, how does a localized offline device sitting on a desk go from running basic automation scripts to autonomously architecting the growth of a business? Owning the physical infrastructure transforms AI from a remote service into a private, on-premise asset that is actually under your control. Inside that black box is a central processing engine called the orchestrator. Its job is to sequence complex tasks, laying down digital pathways to connect different parts of a business. But a logic engine has no idea how to run your specific company. Without hyper-localized context, those operational pathways hit dead ends because the machine doesn't know the rules of your market. To solve this, NeuClix developed knowledge silos. These are swappable, proprietary vector databases. By slotting them directly into the machine, the orchestrator gains instant, highly specialized memory. For example, you can load a Tampa real estate silo into the reactor. Immediately, the machine understands the exact zoning regulations of Hillsborough County, local market fluctuations, and the pricing history of nearby waterfront properties. By combining localized data with processing power, a generic algorithm becomes a specialized subject matter expert in your exact operational territory. Memory still needs a way to interact with the world. That's where fuel rods come in. These are modular action layers that snap into the network to execute specific digital tasks. Depending on the module, the reactor can now publish a post to WordPress, draft an SMS client update, or scan competitor pricing data. A system that only executes rules will eventually fall behind. It requires constant human feedback, which operators provide directly through a mobile command application. If a business owner picks up their phone and tells the system to push its morning email sequence from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the knowledge silo absorbs that behavioral preference. That single manual input doesn't just change a timer, it recalibrates the entire operation, shifting subsequent follow-ups and adjusting reporting schedules based on the human's preferred rhythm. The feedback loop ensures the system is a living entity that learns how you operate and evolves alongside its human counterpart. When local memory, operational action, and continuous human feedback consistently overlap together, the entire system reaches critical mass. At this threshold, the reactor stops waiting for you to tell it what to do. Its monitoring and signals modules begin to cross-reference external events with your internal business schedule. Take a contractor running an edge reactor. If the machine's weather monitoring module detects an incoming storm, it cross-references that with a solar installation scheduled in its knowledge silo. It proactively alerts the foreman to delay the project before anyone even checks the sky. While the business owner is still asleep, that same system is already qualifying incoming leads from the night before and drafting a localized press release about a recently completed project it knows is ready for promotion. Automation evolves past simple speed when the system begins to anticipate and neutralize complex problems before they reach the desk of the human owner. Pulling back from the digital architecture, we return to the quiet, unassuming black box sitting on a desk in Florida. The prevailing assumption is that the future of artificial intelligence will be a generalized chatbot living in a vulnerable, shared cloud environment. But the reality of business requires something much more secure. It requires highly specialized, private, offline intelligence systems that live right inside your walls. These localized digital brains provide the precise infrastructure needed to finally strip away the analog friction of the real world.